Arbeiter führen wir waren. Ich suche über meinen Ausweis.
Das ist Sperrgebiet. Sie sind verhaftet.
Now!
Was zum...
Nice work. Let's clean this up.
What's up, y'all? We're back with another PS5 review. Cold War does the same thing that a lot of Call of Duty games do, where you play as multiple people throughout the game, but the crux of the story is you playing as Bell, a new member of a CIA team. Before you take control, you're given the option to create Bell. You can choose gender, skin tone, name, background, and coolest of all, choose 2 perks to help you throughout the game. The team's goal is tracking down the game's main antagonist, Perseus. He's like Kaiser Sose, but with a grudge against the West and with World War ambitions. One of my favorite things about Cold War is its non-linearity. After a couple of explosive, high-octane introductory levels, you unlock your home base in West Germany. This serves as a hub for the game where you can get some well-done backstory from your teammates and visit the evidence board, which serves as a level select with a few perks. You see, the evidence on the board actually affects the levels. After you get a couple of missions in, you unlock some side quests, and in an unusual turn of events, it's best if you save the side content for later in the game, as you find evidence hidden in the story missions that directly affects the side missions in a way that I can't really elaborate on without delving into spoilers. Suffice it to say, I like what they did here, and it helped tie the levels together. Another highlight of Cold War's design is the diversity of the objectives. Since the game spans a wide timeline and your team travels the globe, every level feels completely different and never gets boring. In one level, you're piloting a helicopter in Vietnam, in another, you're fighting your way through a secret Russian facility, only to later sneak through the streets of East Berlin to meet a contact. In fact, due to your team's clandestine nature, you spend a good deal of the game in stealth. Now, a lot of people are going to hear that and immediately shy away, but this is some of the smoothest and most forgiving stealth gameplay I've ever experienced. You can mark every enemy with your binoculars so you can track their movements through walls. They have easy-to-read icons that let you know how close you are to being spotted, and most importantly, with only a single part of one level that will autofill you if you're spotted, the game's stealth is entirely optional. I was spotted at least once in every stealth stage and was able to simply kill all the enemies. So, if you'd rather run and gun through those levels, it's entirely possible. And after finishing the game, I enjoyed going back through the levels, alternating between perfect stealth and guns blazing. When you aren't stealthing your way around the levels, you'll be shooting. A lot. And you're going to love every minute of it. From the sound to the feel, every gun is distinct and lethal, and there are a billion of them. A myriad of pistols, shotguns, submachine guns, assault rifles, grenade launchers, RPGs, sniper rifles. I've played for hours and hours and I still haven't used every weapon in the game. And the devs want you to. They've intentionally spread them through each of the levels at intervals that practically beg you to swap your weapons with something new. But the best part of the shooting, the thing that really sold me on the game, is the DualSense controller. The first time I started shooting, my jaw dropped. Between the haptic feedback and the HD rumble, it's the closest to the feel of shooting a real gun as you're going to get while holding a controller. It really does make the experience, and I wouldn't want to play this game any other way. On par with the quality of the gameplay are the visuals. This game absolutely shines on the PS5. The levels, character models, gun models, lighting, animation, everything looks fantastic. The production values are off the charts, with the pre-level briefings boasting top-tier editing, music, and camera work.
Here's a drop with Volkov scheduled for tomorrow night.
We'll infiltrate East Berlin via the U-Bahn. The ghost station on the other side of the wall has the access point we need. From there, we'll watch Kraus as he enters the city. Once Volkov shows his face, it's killer capture.
Cold War feels next-gen and genuinely impressed me from beginning to end. In a bit of a departure from previous Call of Duty games, Treyarch has moved away from the monster closet spawn points. Other games in the series would have enemies spawning indefinitely until you move forward and hit an invisible trigger in the level. Cold War has a set number of enemies per instance. This makes every engagement feel manageable. Even on the game's realism difficulty setting, I had no problem facing opposition as long as I used good tactics, and every time I died, I knew it was my fault. Now, I do have a few complaints. The actor who voiced Woods felt like he was putting on his best gruff voice affectation. When I first noticed it, it was more humorous than annoying. And the more I play the game, the more I like the character, so it's not too bad. Also, no spoilers, but I thought the ending was a little weak. I found the story engaging and was along for the ride, but then the ending felt rushed. Nothing game-ruining, but it left me wanting a little more. Lastly, the worst experience I had with Cold War was the installation. I got home and immediately put the disc in my PS5 because I knew the install was going to take forever. Plus, the game had an 80 gig update. I let that run and came back ready to play, only to find that the multiplayer modes were installed, but not the campaign. I then had to download and install another 60 gigs, approximately. Again, nothing game-breaking, but a really poor user experience because everyone, Treyarch included, apparently assumes no one plays the campaign. Overall, this is a top-tier first-person shooter, maybe the best Call of Duty game I've ever played, and an absolutely must-have for the PlayStation 5.